Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Next Level Transformational Podcast. I am Tiffany, your host, your transformational life coach, and the realest on the planet. Just saying. Listen, y'all, if you are seeing my face for the first time, welcome. I'm happy you decided to join us. I'm happy you decided to dive into inner transformation so you can uncover those deep wounds and give you the opportunity, see the possibility for you to operate in your highest truth. I'm super excited, y'all. If you haven't already, go ahead and share this episode with a friend because we're about to really dive into something that kind of, came up in my life recently, but I just had to talk about it because it's something that I'm seeing is very prominent. Doesn't matter, how many people feel as if they are woke or feel as if they are aware. Okay, that victimized mentality is something dangerous. And it's so prominent in so many people who swear that they are aware, who swear that they are woke, right? They still operate in the victimized mentality. And as we navigate through inner transformation, right, that's something that we have a tendency of being one of our biggest struggles of releasing is that victimized mentality because we have gone through so much, in our past. We have endured a lot of trauma, a lot of dysfunction, a lot of traumatic, unhealthy chaos within our lives. And we have a tendency of honing in on playing the victim and not understanding, right? A victimized mentality does not understand a growth mindset. Sit there for a second. And you're going to encounter some victimized mentality individuals while you're on your transformational journey, while you are trying to evolve and grow mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, right? And ideally is to you're gonna want to, stand 10 toes down and really, you know, explain yourself to a way. But when you're dealing with someone with a victim mentality, there's nothing you can say to convince them that they weren't done wrong. It's nothing you can say for them to feel as if it wasn't, they're not the victim in the whole situation, in the whole conversation. And you have to take a step back, right? And really reflect and make sure you don't allow their victimized mindset to diminish the work that you put forth in developing a growth mindset, right? It's very imperative that you take that step back. It's very imperative that you take a time to really sit and analyze your thoughts before you act or react or respond, because you have worked so hard to develop a growth mindset. You work so hard to heal the victimized mindset or the victimized characteristics that you possess due to what you experience. You work so hard, right, to heal those wounds, to uncover the unspoken. And certain people have not done the work, right? Certain people try to be the imposter in doing the work. And in essence, it shows up when things don't go their way. Listen, a victimized mentality is also a manipulative individual. And it's something that it can throw you off your rocker and it can get you back to reverting back to the old way. Because listen, let me tell you something. I had an experience with dealing with somebody with a victimized mindset, and I was triggered. I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to keep it a G. I was very much triggered. I was very triggered, and I really wanted to pop off because I don't, I don't, I don't tolerate disrespect. And it's still something Holy Spirit is working with me on, remaining controlled in my emotions. Again, I'm bringing this testimony, I'm bringing this experience to you guys to let you guys know, just because I am a transformational life coach, that does not mean I have perfected transformation. It doesn't mean I have perfected growth. It doesn't mean I have perfected healing. It's going to be moments where you're going to have to really take a step back before you revert yourself. It's just how you are handling those moments of triggers determines your elevation and determines if you really did the work, right? And with this particular person, I said what I needed to say, but I didn't allow it to pull me in it completely, right? And in essence, I felt as if I shouldn't have said anything at all, but it was already said. Like I told you, like I was. It was a situation where I was definitely like, listen, I don't move how you move. And so you don't address me the way that you felt that you should have addressed me, and how you, but I really let off, you're entitled to feel how you feel. Process those emotions how you need to, but you're not going to disrespect me. You know what I mean? And this is when you're dealing with somebody that has a victimized mindset. They feel that they can say, do, and approach you any way possible because they feel because they feel that they were done in a disservice. They feel like they got the short end of the stick. They feel like their feelings were hurt. We're not discrediting how they feel. We're not disregarding their emotions. Yet, we're standing 10 toes down, because when we have the growth mindset, right, you have to stand in that power and that respect. You did the work. You worked so hard. Holy Spirit said you worked so hard. You work so hard. You can't allow this test to mess up that 4.0 GPA that you worked all these years for. Take a moment. Take a step, right? And I am the Black Queen. I am definitely the Black Queen. And it's not a sense of me running away from the problem, because being a victim, I've been a Black Queen my whole entire life. And so when I had the victimized mindset, or the victimized mentality of how I was moving within my relationships, my block then, like I will block you then due to the fact of running away from the problem. And so I didn't want to address it, right? My block now is to protect my peace, because I see where you're at mentally, right? I have the emotional intelligence that I'm not going to engage in your antics to disturb my peace in order for me to feel as if you have to see my side. I am not in the business, or I'm not in the movement of being heard anymore, especially with individuals that is very clear and it's very obvious that they have their own personal issues that they have to work out that has nothing to do with me, right? And so for me knowing that, and for me seeing it, I'm not pressed on being heard, right? But this particular situation, I had to say what I needed to say, because I am an individual. I have to speak, right? If I don't, it disturbs my peace as well, right? If I don't speak on things immediately, it does disturb my peace. And then I'm in my own conflict, right? But this is what I wanted to really talk about pertaining to dealing with a victimized mentality individual. You have to gain the understanding that their goal is to trigger you, because the growth that you possess bothers them, because you made it clear. It's like you shine the light on their mindset that they try to hide, and try to manipulate so many people with. And the fact that you have developed a growth mindset through your inner transformation, it's harder for them to play victim. It's harder for them to manipulate. It's harder for them to be deceitful and conniving. It's harder. And in essence, it's like you kind of slayed a demon. You know what I mean? You kind of, and when you're dealing with these individuals, look at it in the sense of, I was there before. So the patience that you needed to develop your growth mindset is the patience that they will need, but that doesn't mean you have to invest in their work, because 9 times out of 10, they're content with having a victim mindset, because they get a different level of attention, right? And in doing so, you have to be okay with things not being okay, right? Don't stop your growth. Don't stop your healing. Don't stop your evolving just because you're going to encounter some tests of victimizing mindset individuals. Okay? Don't allow it to set you back. Don't allow it to revert you back to your old self. Take a step back. Process your emotions. Process that trigger, because it for sure triggered me. Understand? I really wanted to pop off because it was also, it was a family member. We're not doing that. Okay. I respect myself enough to know who I am. I have self-worth, right? I have self-value and I sit in my power. And so this Tiffany ain't the same, right? And it was interesting because this individual specifically referred back to childhood as if I'm the same person. And so that's why they felt the way that they felt. And that's why they did what they felt they could have done to get a reaction or to get something done their way, right? Take a step back. Okay, take a step back. Allow Holy Spirit to speak to you before you respond. Say, Holy Spirit, I need you in this moment. I don't want to mess up my growth. I don't want to mess up my journey. I don't want to mess up what you have instilled in me to do. What should I do? And at that moment, he said, take a step back, think before you respond, but also speak your truth. And when you realize the truth is not being received, let it go. That is your key indicator. Okay. When somebody approaches you with an issue and they are adamant of staying within their feelings, right? They're adamant of playing victim. Let them play their position. Let them play their part, because you need to start playing your part of a growth mindset, an evolved, transformed individual. Okay. So play your part. Speak your truth. When you see your truth is not being received, let it go. Don't let them pull you in, because that's the goal. They're trying to pull you in. Okay. They're trying to show that you haven't changed. That is the objective. They're trying to show that you haven't grown. So they're trying to pull you in. Listen, don't allow it, because you're going to be tested along this journey. And it's going to be from faces so familiar. It's going to be from people that you love and you care for, that you looked out for, it's going to be from no type of people. It ain't going to be from strangers, because you're going to know how to move with a stranger, right? It's going to be from family. It's going to be from family members. It's going to be from exes. It's going to be from ex's family. Okay. It's going to be from familiar faces, because that's how the enemy tests you, with familiarity. They don't test you with strangers. Remain in your growth mindset. Continue to transform, right? It's going to be these tests. I understand, but you got this. I'm so proud of you. Yeah. If you are wanting to become a member, I am super excited to chat with you, to dive in deeper in your 7 dimensions of inner wellness on a transformational level, right? Next Level Wellness Club is available for you. The link is in the bio for you to dive in, to become a member, and to dive into all the exclusive perks and benefits that the membership provides, because we are a community of change, a company of change, but we change from the core. And so I'm super excited. If you are wanting to be a member, the link is in the bio. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I see you. I hear you. I believe you. You got this. I know inner transformation is not easy. Inner transformation is very challenging. But this is why you dive into Next Level Transformation Podcast, to help you and to support you along your inner journey. Be a blessing, y'all, unto others, but know that you're blessed too.